Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carmen, and today we're going to be going over a 3-day itinerary that you can do in Kansas City, Missouri / Kansas. So recently my boyfriend and I visited our friends Morgan and Brett. They just moved to Kansas City, Missouri, and it was a super fun trip. I was really surprised by how much you can do there and how much culture there is. Before my friends moved there, I never heard of Kansas City, and honestly, if it wasn't for them, I probably would have never gone. But I'm glad that they did move there so that I had this opportunity to check out this cool city. I do want to start off by saying that Morgan and Brett planned everything for our trip. Morgan had this beautiful 3-day itinerary ready for us. So thank you guys again for being our amazing tour guides. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started and review everything that we did during our 3-day trip in Kansas City. So we arrived at Kansas City on Thursday, March 31st, and it was pretty late, around midnight. So we swung by this late night burger joint called Town Topic Hamburgers. There were a couple of Town Topic hamburgers around Kansas City, and it seemed to be pretty popular. We grabbed some cheeseburgers and hamburgers and onion rings, and it was a great late night dinner. Then we went back to their apartment, which was located in the Crossroads Art District of Kansas City, and we got some rest and got ready for the next day. So day one was Friday, April 1st, and we decided to walk over to Mildred's to have some brunch. The great thing about Morgan and Brett's apartment is that they can easily walk to cool shops and restaurants nearby. So it didn't take us very long to get to Mildred's, and it was nice to walk around and see the neighborhood. Once we got to Mildred's, John ordered a breakfast hash and a kombucha, and I ordered a vegan breakfast wrap, and it was really cute and hipster, and it had vegan and vegetarian options, and it was a great way to start off our day. After brunch, we walked from Mildred's to Union Station. There were a lot of neat murals in Crossroads, so it was cool to look at that. This Western Auto sign is popular in Kansas City, and I don't really know much about it, but you'll definitely see it in gift shops there. Union Station used to be this old train station, and it was renovated and turned into this kind of shopping mall. As you can see, there is a streetcar that runs through downtown Kansas City, Missouri, and you can ride it for free. I was really amazed by the architecture in Union Station. It was really pretty, and there was shops and restaurants and science museums and movie theaters. Basically, there was a lot to do there. There's also this main hall where there's a gymnastics competition going on, so that was pretty cool. There's also a post office and an exhibit where you can learn more about the history behind Union Station. And here's a map of just everything that you can do in Union Station. Then we walked over to the National World War I Museum and Memorial, and it is a really short walk from Union Station, and once you get at the top, you can see this really great view of the city, and it's completely free to walk around on the top, but you have to pay to actually enter the museum. And here's a view of the Union Station from the outside. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to mention there was these hearts around Kansas City, and I think it was part of an art project, so you might see a lot of pictures of those. Next, we checked out the Kansas City Public Library. This is another old building that has been restored. It used to be an old bank, but it was renovated and now turned into a library. Cool thing about this library is that one of the old bank vaults is turned into a movie theater, and it is called the Film Vault. They also had some historical exhibits and some old vaults, and there was also an art exhibit too. I really liked the library's parking garage. It looked like books, and so we stopped here to take a couple of photos. And here's another one of those hearts. Then we went to the Power and Light District. I believe this is the tallest building in Kansas City. You'll also see a lot of old theaters around too. The street was really cool to check out, and there was a lot of fancy restaurants there. There was a lot to do at the Power and Light District. There was restaurants and bars, and it seems like a concert by Steve Aoki was happening as well, so we didn't get to go to that, but that seemed really neat. There's also this cool sign that you can take a picture in that I recommend. Then we had lunch at this place called County Road Ice House by Joe's Kansas City Barbecue. Kansas City is known for their barbecue, and I can confirm that this place had really tasty food. Then to end the day, we went to the First Fridays Art Festival. This was a cool experience because you just get a map and it's free, and you just walk around and you check out a bunch of shows and event spaces and art, and it's every first Friday of the month. So this was an aerial arts performance that was happening in the street with some music, so that was pretty cool to watch. Then we went to an improv comedy show, which was free, and they had a bar, and it was pretty entertaining. They had a lot of art and vendors displayed in the streets, so you could buy any of their products, and there was also music, and a lot of shops that you could just walk in. This was an event space that we could walk into, and we got a great view of the Crossroads downtown area. Then we ended the day at their apartment, and this is the view from their balcony. Day 2, Saturday, April 2nd, we walked to Cafe Corazon where we had brunch. We had alfajores, empanadas, yerba mate, and a mocha flight at the South American Cafe. Yerba mate is a caffeinated drink made from a holly plant. The employee gave us a tutorial on how to drink the yerba mate. It was definitely a great and unique brunch. Next, we went to historic West Bottoms, which was really cool. It was just a bunch of old buildings in an old town, and it kind of looked like a movie set. There were a lot of antique shops like this one, which had 3 floors. There were a lot of food trucks in the streets, and there were activities. For example, there were people who were dressed up as Easter bunnies taking pictures with kids. And then for lunch, we went to this food truck called Jerusalem Cafe, where we had falafels and gyros. I like how they took the old buildings and they renovated the inside to make these cool and hipster shops. Then we went to the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art. This museum was free, and all you had to do was make a reservation. This was a really large museum, and there were a lot of different art galleries and food court as well. And you could easily spend many hours here. I think we ended up spending about 2 hours here, and we skipped a lot of the art galleries. I really liked the beautiful interior of the art museum, and I also enjoyed the outdoor fields. There were these artsy putt-putt holes and food trucks and vendors, and there was also the world's largest shuttlecocks. This is also something Kansas City is known for. Then we went to the Country Club Plaza, which is known for its Spanish-inspired architecture, and it is also known for having a lot of shopping and dining and a lot of fountains. Kansas City is also known as the City of Fountains because there's just a lot of them wherever you go. We went to a souvenir shop here called Made in KC Marketplace. It had a bar and I got a couple stickers here. And this also shows all the districts in Kansas City. We were right next to the river where they had gondola boat rides, but I didn't see anybody go on the boats that day. For dinner, we went to Parlor KC, which is kind of like a food court / club. There was a bar and loud music, and there was plenty of people and food. We tried some of the food from KC Mac & Company and Providence Pizza, and we also got some drinks. We ended the night at the Green Lady Lounge, which was definitely one of the highlights of our trip. Kansas City is known for its jazz, and I really enjoyed the decor and the aesthetic of the Green Lady Lounge. You can sit down and get a drink and watch these very talented Kansas City musicians play their originals. I'm actually going to pause the background music for a little bit so you can hear some of their jazz. Sunday, April 3rd was our third and last day, and we started off the day by grabbing some donuts at Lamar's Donuts and Coffee. So up until this point, we have been in Kansas City, Missouri, but on Sunday, the last day, we were in Kansas City, Kansas. We walked to a nearby park to enjoy our breakfast. Then we drove around to see some of the fancy neighborhoods nearby. Our final destination was the historic city market. The area was really cool. It was kind of like a farmer's market, and there were food vendors and restaurants and food trucks and stores, and there was even a banjo player. We ended up eating lunch here, and I had Indian food at Tikka House, and John had some Mediterranean food at Hibachi House. A lot of cool plants and produce, and there was also this Japanese store that we went to as well. So yeah, that is everything that we did during our 3-day trip at Kansas City. I think the only thing we didn't get to on the itinerary was the up-down arcade bar, but we still did so much. If you enjoyed this 3-day itinerary in Kansas City, consider liking and subscribing. Thanks for watching!